I'm going to need you to repeat that question one more time. Sorry, my sister rudely tried to call me just then, and I muted some of it. I heard Stanley
Is this the
Tucci.
sister that turned you into a professional soccer player?
This is one of them. Yeah, there's two of them. So yeah, this is the one who's a New York City nurse. Yes.
We
Here
love
for
her.
that.
Love her. Love her. Thank you for
Yeah.
all of your incredible work.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into our AT&T 5G virtual studios. This is the Call Up. I'm Jillian Sakovitz, and that is my gorgeous gal, Susanna Collins. Hey, lady.
Hello, Jill.
It is one of the most beautiful times of the year. Today, we have such a good show in store for you. We're getting this guy right before he jumps across the pond. This past weekend, Atlanta United played the New England Revolution. The game was on ESPN, so I had my production meetings with the players, and Matt Turner was one that I requested. So when he came in the night before, I apologized to him, Suze, and I was like, I'm sorry. I know everyone's probably asking you about your move to Arsenal. And he was like, actually, they're not. And I was like, well, I know just the gals to change that for you. Matt Turner, a friend of the show. We had him on back in September of 2020. So if you want to even begin to dive into his evolution, go back and listen to that one too. One of the best stories in soccer, maybe sports. Matt Turner, 27 years old. He is the type of guy that you want to root for. And when you listen to our interview with him today, you'll want to root for him more. He's been the number one at times this year for the U.S. men's national team. Will he be the number one at the World Cup? To be determined. He is going to Arsenal in June, where he is expected to start as the backup. But hear this out. Matt Turner did not play organized soccer until he was 16 years old. He watched the World Cup in South Africa and said, you know what? I want to do that. He was a baseball player before then, and now he's gearing up for his own World Cup 12 years later. Then he goes off to Fairfield University, does not start until his junior year, graduates, is not invited to the Super Draft or the Combine, goes on trial with the New England Revolutions, gets signed as a free agent, New England Revolution, excuse me. Then the next 2 years is back and forth every weekend to USL side, the Richmond Kickers. Year 3 gets his first opportunity to start with the Revs. A little birdie told me he was invited to the 2016 preseason trial, and it only took 3 days before goalkeeping coach Remy Roy said, you need to sign this kid. So are you seeing a trend here with Matt Turner?
There's definitely a trend with Matt Turner, and I have a fun little nugget about him as well. I did an Instagram live with him at the end of last year and discovered that his sister was actually the soccer player. Like his older sister was like the best soccer player in the family. And now it's like, look at the little brother. You know that I love the term glow up. Like Matt Turner is like the epitome of the glow up for me. Like we have literally witnessed his glow up in real time. And you're so right. He's just such an easy guy to root for, and all of the success and the good things that are happening for him right now. It warms my heart. So we're super excited to have him on. Time now for our AT&T 5G call to the field. We are so absolutely delighted to bring in a friend of the show, the goalkeeper for the New England Revolution and the U.S. men's national team, and soon to be gunner of Arsenal in London, the one and only Matt Turner. It's so good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be back on. I don't know how many repeat guests we've had in this show's history.
Not many.
So yeah,
Not
so
many,
I'm
Matt.
honored to be in the small minority.
Well, we feel like this was the perfect time to catch up with you, because to say that there is a lot going on in your life, I think is a bit of an understatement. You are freshly married. You're about to be a dad. You're about to make this dream move to Arsenal next month. Matt, how would you describe this season of your life that you're currently in right now?
Well, the season of my life, it's been a lot, obviously a lot going on, but it's all really good stuff. It's all stuff that's, really exciting. I think my phone's falling here. Yeah, it's all like really exciting. It's all things that, life things that I've always wanted to accomplish and do. And obviously, with Ashley here, we've just been such a great, partnership and team going through it all. She's been such a rock star through this whole process, and so supportive of me. with everything going on with her body, and then, making the move, I'm so grateful to have her in my life. So it's brought us closer together, obviously, besides just getting married, just the whole process of the pregnancy. And it's just been nice also to get back out onto the field to have a little bit of balance in that sense as well.
What a nice husband.
I know.
Beautiful answer, Matt Turner.
All the feels.
We didn't tell you this before the show, but if you couldn't tell, it's quite obvious. We're in blue today. We got some blue lights going because, Matt Turner, this is your bachelor party /
nice
wedding shower / baby shower, all here. Did you get a bachelor party, or is this it?
No,
well,
I
here
didn't.
It is.
Yeah, here it is. I appreciate that. No, it's good. So
exactly who you wanted to spend your bachelor party with. Jill and Susanna. Totally.
Surprise.
Yeah. There you go. I like a surprise bachelor party. So yeah, I'll take it.
I'm sure your good teammates, Matt Polster, Andrew Farrell, your new teammates at Arsenal might have something up their sleeves at some point. Maybe that's better for you. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe, but it'll be hard to top.
That's so nice.
That is very sweet.
Like we mentioned, you'll officially be moving to Arsenal on June 24th. So, Matt Turner, we want to see how ready you are with the ultimate test. Today's game is called Has Matt Turnered British? So we are going to see just how British you are, Matt Turner. First question, coffee or tea?
And this is what you prefer. This is prefer.
Okay.
Yeah, not the
I didn't know if it was the general.
This is just what you prefer, Matt Turner.
Okay. 2 years ago, it would have been 1,000% tea, but now I'm a coffee guy.
Okay.
I changed. And maybe Ashley coming into my life had something to do with that.
There you go. Woman's touch. Okay. On a GPS, are you listening to it in a British voice or an American voice?
British voice.
There you go. Okay.
Is it a pitch or is it a field?
It's a pitch.
Is it soccer or football?
You guys are going to get me in trouble. But, the state of my roots, it's soccer right now. But when I get over there, I will respect the cultural difference, and I will respect the culture and call it football. So you could count me as a traitor in that sense, but that's the way
fair.
I want to be respectful to the way people view it in their home countries.
The Brits are going to love you, Matt Turner. Do you prefer more of a pint or a cocktail?
Pint.
Okay. Diaper or nappy?
Diaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you, I don't know why I thought this was so funny when I wrote it last night. Do you prefer mushy peas or circular peas?
Mushy peas. I love mushy peas.
Okay. On that note,
I actually like mushy peas.
do you like beans on toast or avocado on toast?
Avocado on toast. Yeah.
Neck and neck, everyone. We're at 4-4. When you're getting a side with your burger, do you prefer them to be called fries or chips?
Burger and fries. Burger and fries.
This is a good one too. A bachelor party or a stag do?
It's again, like American, a bachelor party. A bachelor party. Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to watch a reality show, are you watching Love Island or The Bachelor?
Love Island. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. Is it the loo or is it the bathroom?
It's the bathroom.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
But I did find a lot. Well, when I went to college, I went with a lot of guys that play or from England. Over the time, my 4 years, probably like 13 or 14 of them, and most of them just call it the toilet.
The toilet.
So I have a lot of sort of experience with all these, these sayings and words, and have had these conversations.
So we have two more, and then we will have our final answer.
Yes.
If you're going to put one on, are you going to pick more the Beatles or more Bruce Springsteen?
Bruce Springsteen, but you went with the Jersey guy.
Yeah, damn it. I did.
Darn it.
That's all right. That's
okay. I want this to skew American.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Matt Turner, do you prefer a level of decorum or to be more laid back?
Laid
Well,
back.
buttoned up or chilled. Yeah, see?
Chilled, yeah.
There we go.
9
There
to
we go.
5. He's
Still
more
ours.
American.
I'm still American.
He's still ours.
All right, so we have you on about every year and 9 months. So in about a year and a half, we'll hit
check
you up
back in.
and we'll check back in. But
Come
9
back,
to 5, you are more American. Some say the food isn't great over in England. Is that true? And will that be a problem for you, Matt Turner?
Okay. It's actually not true. I've been to England. I've seen they have better candy bars than we do over here. Their candy's amazing. Yes, I think it is a little bit weird that they have beans at breakfast, but I can get behind that. I can actually get behind that. Otherwise, I mean, I'm a pretty bland eater regardless. So no, it's not going to be a problem. But I will miss good pizza. I will miss Chipotle. I will miss a good bagel as well. So I miss the small things.
We'll send you what we can.
That was
I appreciate
probably. I lived in London for 2 years, and like Mexican food was the thing that I would crave because they just don't really eat it over there. And it's like, and I would always be like, oh man, I miss Mexican food. But I agree. The food is actually it's totally underrated. It gets a bad rap.
And I've heard there's loads of amazing restaurants, and my cousin actually lives in London, so she'll and her fiance, they're getting married soon. So I'm going into a situation where it's a new country, but I have a big and Ashley as well. We have a big support system over there.
Yeah.
And baby Easton. I have to use we more than I now. It's kind of crazy. A little family going on and stuff.
It's incredible. I mean, how is that transition been like saying like my wife? Like it was because I feel like the fiance thing is a transition, and then you move on to like your husband or your wife, and it's like it's just another step. Have you fully embraced it?
I've fully embraced it. I'm still like, when I say it, I'm really saying it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just like, oh, like my wife. It's like my wife. Like I have to remind myself sometimes, because we weren't engaged for that long. So fiance was fine, but at the end of the day, she's Ash to me. So
she's your partner. Exactly.
She's my partner. Yeah.
Who's going to be the good cop and the bad cop?
Oh, that's a great question. It's going to suck, but I'm going to have to be the bad cop. She's just so nice. She doesn't have that like a harshness in her voice that's possible. It's just
even
the way
when
it
you
is.
argue, like even when you fight.
First of all, we've been pretty blessed. We're not like a blow up argument. We sort of like hash it out, like just talking.
God, that's mature.
Because
Are we in therapy?
I know. That's funny. It's funny because I'll be like, I scream, on the soccer field and yell at people all the time. And then, I come home and if something like bothers me, it's not like I'll talk in this tone. I don't feel the need to. And my parents weren't big yellers either. And I don't think hers were. So yeah, we definitely have a lot more of like a healthy way of sort of talking through things.
That is amazing. Matt, have you kind of visualized like what fatherhood will be like for you and like how that might change you? Because we've had a lot of dads on the podcast before and they all kind of say the same thing. It's like, it's a change that you can't even really describe, but in the best way possible. Have you allowed yourself to kind of like go there and think about how your life is going to change once baby Easton arrives? Yeah,
I have definitely, just having that responsibility. It's like a scary feeling right now, like, because it's an unknown, as fathers, we don't necessarily have that instinct, right? Like for taking care of a baby when they can't take care of themselves at a young age. So I'm a little nervous about that phase of his life. But if I can get through that, I can get through anything. I'm a big, like, I get pretty stressed out over games and I get pretty stressed out over, like some certain moments, like the night before the Atlanta game, for example, over the weekend, I had a pretty tough night's sleep. Like I get really anxious, especially when we're going to play in the afternoon. I struggle with, sleeping because I know I don't have the time and then the next day to nap. But I feel like having a child and having Easton will give us give me at least some more perspective on like what real fear is, what real love is, what real everything. And just the fact that Ashley and I can actually create life and do it is just such an amazing thing. And I think that's what it's all about for us. You know, we owe everything to him. You know, we are choosing to bring him into the world. And for us, like, he doesn't owe us anything as he grows up. Like, we owe him everything, and everything that we do from now on is like to support him in honor of him. So that's kind of like the mindset shift that'll happen for us.
That's beautiful.
True story. I'm not going to be a Premier League goalkeeper, but as a broadcaster, I sleep very poorly the night before games, especially afternoon games, because I'm already worried that I don't have the same amount of time to prepare that I usually do. So
I know.
On a very baby level, I understand what you're saying.
Hit me up next time we're on the same game at 3 a.m. Just be like, hey, you up?
Like, how you doing?
I'm playing
Are you
freaking
okay?
cards of play. I have literally a deck of
check
cards.
on each other.
I'm playing
I'll drop you off some
solitaire in the middle of the night.
Little lavender oil. Help you go to bed.
Anything.
Matt Turner, New England signed you as an undrafted free agent in 2016. When we spoke ahead of that game, you told me a couple things that I loved about, you know, how much pride you have in this club before your departure. Also that you're going to be passing on, you know, your speaker and playlist to veteran Andrew Farrell. It'll be entrusted with him. When this guy came into the production meeting, he had his backpack and then like his speaker on the other shoulder.
I love that.
No joke. Just tell us about kind of that move that you're making and kind of some of the things you want to shore up before you leave.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are pulling on my heartstrings with this interview, to be honest. It's been pretty sentimental talking about babies and my wife. And, no, it's going to be amazing. It's just like, it's so crazy to think about all those years ago when I did sign undrafted and the things I was going through, you know, on the field, like the trials and tribulations, the amount of times even before becoming a professional, the amount of times I wanted to give it all up and quit and just I'll call it a regular adult, be somebody who is, you know, down the Jersey Shore on the weekends or, you know, in Nantucket, you know, like I wanted all that. I wanted to give soccer up, but I stuck with it because the game means something to me and this club means something to me and this region means something to me. And, I think, I don't know if there's much I want to shore up, but at the same time, I hope that it's known like how grateful I am to the Crafts, who I've come to get really close with over the years, for giving me the opportunity, for agreeing to sell me and help realize this dream of mine. You know, Bruce, obviously, Kevin Hitchcock, my goalkeeper coach, guys that sort of like, I was kind of on a slight upward trajectory, but they helped my career go from slight upward trajectory to absolute rocket to the moon. You know, it's crazy, my story. And I guess, you know, I was talking to Alexi Lalas yesterday and he's like, at what point are you going to stop sort of like being like this underdog story and just kind of like own everything? And I think it's around this time, you know, I think it's around time for me to start, you know, putting on my big boy pants, you know, becoming a father, you know, becoming a husband and moving over, changing leagues, changing a scenery. And I think that'll be good for me. I think that'll be good for my career, to sort of take this leap and challenge myself in a lot of ways, on the field, off the field, and just help me really just to continue that growth in personal and professional life. So I'm really, really excited about it. I'm happy it all went down the way it did. Some part of me wanted to just Irish goodbye it and just be like, I wish that they would just have sold me in January, because then I could just be there and whatever. But you know, it didn't happen that way. So I've had plenty of time to really put things into perspective, especially with my injury, and get ourselves, myself and Ashley, ready to get over there and embark on this new chapter.
It's just, we've said this to you before, and it's just you mentioned your story and kind of this journey that you've been on and this path, and you are one of the guys that's just so easy to root for, Matt Turner. It's like we
Thank you.
always want good things to happen for Matt Turner. And there's so many good things happening for you right now. And last year, you and I did an Instagram live together. And I remember we talked a lot about patience being like this sort of like almost like the theme of your career. You have been patient at every single step of the way. And now, kind of like to Alexi's point that you talked about, you know, you find yourself in this position where all of these incredible things are happening in your personal life, in your professional life. You're making this dream move across the ocean to play for this like storied club. How do you think patience is going to continue to play a part in your journey, considering where you're at right now?
Again, it always has, like you said, and it's something that I'm grateful to have had certain experiences to teach me that, because a lot of people come into this league or they go through their academies and they're always the best and they're always hyped up and they're always put on rosters for youth national teams and things. And, you know, you just, you know, at some point you have to fail and you have to miss one of those. And I've had plenty of failures in my life, and I'm sure I'm going to have plenty more. But I've always taken those things in stride and used them to sort of fuel me to get forward. And yeah, I'm going to have to be patient when I get over there, you know. Ashley's going to have to be a little patient when we get over there, you know, because it's a new team, a new league, new responsibilities, new sort of attention off the field, new attention off the field. New culture and just adjusting to all those small things for both of us, for our son, is going to take time, you know, and it's going to require communication and, you know, a lot of sacrifice, you know, particularly on her part, you know, going away from her family. She's from Maine, you know, it's only an hour away from here. So going away from her family, my family, it's a leap of faith in a lot of ways, you know, but at least we'll be together. So having those things off the field and then on the field, obviously getting used to a new style of play, a new coaching staff, and just making sure that wherever I start, I just slowly continue to progress. And, you know, however it happens, quickly or slowly, but be open to learning, be patient with myself, understand that they're bringing me to the club for a reason, and just trusting in that every single day, even when it's feeling frustrating.
I love Alexi's podcast, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't use the term big boy pants. I would use the term that you simply have manifested a lot of things for yourself and stayed true. And for me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
no, I hear you.
You, Matt Turner.
Yeah, I certainly will always tap into that, because at the end of the day, like, man, I don't have nothing to lose. Like I that's like the dangerous part about me. I'd say, if I'm feeling dangerous here, I've exceeded all expectations that anyone's ever set out for me. Exceeded all expectations that I've ever even set out for myself. So I just keep raising the bar, and I think I've even said it to you guys. Part of why, like, what I want to do as a professional soccer player is see how far I can take it. And this is definitely taking it a little bit further, you know, taking a step to a huge club that's well respected around the world, and loved around the world, and a recognizable brand everywhere, you know, taking that step forward and, you know, just like throwing everything I have at it. And I'm excited to be able to do that.
Well, you'll be doing it shortly. Is there someone that you're kind of really looking forward to sitting down to and talking to? Is there someone you're looking forward to meeting when you do get set over there? A certain teammate, anything like that?
I don't know if there's anybody in particular right now off the top of my head. I'm really excited to get to know Aaron Ramsdale. He's got loads of experience all throughout every top league in England. And just like talking to him, he's had a great season, and getting to know him, developing that working relationship, and then challenging him to become better, and letting him allow me to also get better, you know, and learning a new style of goalkeeping and what it takes to have success over in England.
So let's talk a little U.S. men's national team. Obviously, the hard part is done. Well, not the hard part, but I feel like the big hurdle has been cleared, right? In terms of qualifying, that felt like the big monkey on the back of you guys, the whole country, all of that. So, where is your mindset when you look ahead to however many months from now? 7 months, 6 months from now, Qatar. Where does your head go in terms of what your goals are, what success will look like for this team, how the team is preparing for the World Cup? What does that look like for you?
I mean, as we've touched on in this interview, I've had a lot going on, so I'm not sure I've really processed all that's to come at the end of the year. Being apart from the boys when they finished qualifying and got the shirts and got the champagne and everything was really, really challenging, because I wanted to be there. I felt like I was a big part of it. And so
you were, Matt Turner.
It hurt not to be able to celebrate it. That's part of why we do this, why we go through the grind of and the dedication every single day is for those moments, when you achieve something that's so much bigger than yourself. So I think that this next window will be great for us because it's sort of like we achieved this great thing. Now we have to come back together and sort of go through another 4 games and start working towards, that November, that big day in November. So I think that this next window will sort of allow that perspective to sort of shift a little bit more. And allow my goals to be a little more concrete. But obviously, my long arching goal was to be on the roster in any facet. And I think that's changed and shifted a little bit to be, I want to be challenging to be the guy that's playing in those games. So not just happy being on the team, but happy being on the team, but also wanting to, be between the sticks when that opening whistle happens. So I'm going to work hard, whatever it takes, whatever I need to prove when I'm over with Arsenal and give it my best shot like I always do. And whatever the chips fall, I'll let them fall and I'll do my role to the best of my ability, whatever it is.
You were out with the foot injury, obviously, when the U.S. did officially qualify for the World Cup. So I have to ask you, who kind of sent you the nicest text or feel-good message? And when was the last time you talked to Greg Berhalter?
The last time I talked to Greg was, I think he texted me after Ash and I got married. So he congratulated me and her on that. But I did talk to him immediately after qualifying. He sent me a nice message and that was probably the nicest one. I mean, I talked to some of the guys, but it was a nice touch for Greg to reach out and congratulate me on being a big part of achieving this, getting this monkey off of our backs, and that did feel really nice.
Well, you were a massive part of that, Matt Turner, and I hope you know that. And I think that I speak for anybody involved and watching and a fan of the U.S. men's national team. You were a massive part of that. So
Thanks.
A huge congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, as you kind of get ready to, I know the New England Revolution is just a club that's so close to your heart, but as you kind of get ready to take on this next chapter, how do you hope people will kind of reflect on your career with New England once you leave? What would you like your legacy there to be?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I sometimes I find it hard to feel like I deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Do I deserve a legacy? I don't really know. We won the Supporter Shield and I won goalkeeper of the year last year. That was great. But do I deserve a legacy? Am I a club legend? I don't know. I just hope that fans remember some of the fun memories that we all shared, they remember me for the things that I was doing, not just on the field, but also off the field. The times where I would run into somebody out and I'd give them the time of day to, have a quick chit chat about stuff and take a picture and whatever. The stuff that, when I took over Kellen's Nigu crew, and made it Matt's Nigu crew for a while. And those memories that we were able to make for kids battling a tough time, the children's hospital visits, all those types of things that that we haven't done as much over the last couple of years because of the pandemic. But I was so involved in for the first 5 years of my career. I hope that that people remember those kinds of things, and just the joy that that I hopefully brought many people for the end of 2020 when we went on that crazy run to almost making it to MLS Cup, and some of those memories, and then obviously the great year we had last year. So, do I deserve a legacy? I don't know, but I just hope that people know that I always gave my all to this club every time I stepped onto the field, and I always really cared about the results, and I always really cared about where this club was headed. And I hope that it's going to be continuing to trend in the same direction it has been since Bruce got there.
Well, thank you so much, Matt Turner. Before we let you go, because you said you're handing over the speaker duties to Andrew Farrell, I just want to know if there's a song that Andrew Farrell is going to put on there. What is it?
It is literally anything Jack Harlow related.
Okay.
Yeah, they played high school soccer together, so I don't know if that's common knowledge. Or
you're more
techno
and disco, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes,
okay.
That's correct.
Your jam.
Listen, I will go anywhere when it comes to the aux cord, but if it was just up to me, it's like a garagey house or post win. We got some good disco music flowing.
Hopefully when you leave, they don't take some of those off there. Keep all the disco. People in New England. Well, Matt, thank you so much. We'll remember everything that you did, and you just have to remember us when you're big guy over at Arsenal, and we are like, hey, Matt, can you come back on the call?
Yeah.
Come back on. We'll miss you.
Would that be the first 3-time guest? Maybe
you would.
We are holding that spot for you.
Okay, then. All right. No pressure, but we'll make it happen.
Yes.
What an interview from Matt Turner.
What a guy. We love him. We're going to miss him in MLS. But man, what a bright future ahead. Can't wait to see him play across the pond.
You might be missing Matt Turner, but you can replace him. Perhaps with Lionel Messi.
What?
The rumor mill, Susanna Collins, was going wild again today on Twitter. But this time there seems to be like a little more factuality to the situation. Rumor has it that Messi will potentially be coming to MLS next season at some point, heading to Miami with something about some ownership. I mean, that is all from Alex Candle of DirecTV Sports. Got to give credit to where this crazy stuff comes from. But is there any reason to not be here for this? This would be the best thing to ever happen to Major League Soccer. Let's be honest.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say that this morning, when this sort of news broke, that this potential deal was like out there and in the ether, people started texting me. My friends that don't even pay attention to soccer were texting me about Messi's coming to MLS, and it's like, so that just shows you the enormity of something like this. In no universe would this not be the most magnificent thing to happen for Major League Soccer.
To validate exactly what you just said, can I tell you how I even found out about it this morning?
Yes.
I hadn't been on the interwebs yet. I was giving myself a little social media break, and I got a text message about potentially doing a lacrosse game from a producer who's then said, oh, and you're going to get to talk to Messi. And I was like, huh? So yeah, to your point, someone that pays zero attention to soccer.
That's the reach. That's the reach. It would be huge. Now, mind you, again, we have heard these rumors before about Messi coming to Inter Miami. It's always Miami, by the way, of course, that he's linked to. It's never any other team. It's always Inter Miami.
He has to live in Miami.
Beckham's situation. But his contract at PSG is up in 2023. And so there is, there's some reason to think that this is not entirely out of the realm of possibility. Now, who knows if this is just another one of these rumors, but anytime, I love it when these rumors happen because it makes me so excited. I hope to God it happens. Nothing would make me happier than to see Lionel Messi at age 36 running circles around people in MLS, because this is not just your ordinary like superstar. This is
Messi.
Arguably the best player that has ever played the game. And I mean, I'm sorry, but this would be a win on every single level. People.
Two things. Messi's camp has denied the claims. Hey, disrespectful to MLS. Per the French outlet La Parisienne, it is completely false. Quote, Leo has not yet decided on his future. But like you mentioned, he would be 36 when he got here. And I have to bring this back to one of my favorites. My epic, most favorite night of my life when I ran into Charles Barkley. He is the one that said to me, you know what? Every MLS owner should put stake in bringing Messi to just some team. Like every single owner should pay him. And hey, he ain't wrong.
I have another here for this, Jill. And I think that we are so unbelievably, unequivocally here for this. So there is a young man that plays for Blackpool FC, 17-year-old forward Jake Daniels, who became the first active UK player to come out as gay. This was a story that was reported by Sky Sports over in England. And it's just an incredible story. This is such a huge deal. And especially for, as we're talking about Mental Health Awareness Month, just the ability to live your true, authentic life. And there was a quote in this interview that he gave that I want to read real quick. It just absolutely leveled me. He said, I've hated lying my whole life and feeling the need to change to fit in. I want to be a role model myself by doing this. There are people out there in the same space as me that may not feel comfortable revealing their sexuality. I just want to tell them that you don't have to change who you are or how you should be just to fit in. You being you and being happy is what matters most. And I get emotional. But when he was giving the interview, he said that the day after he told his mom and his sister that he was gay, that he came out to them, he scored 4 goals in that game. And he said that is just a testament to like how heavy this was, that he was carrying this around and he couldn't be his true authentic self. And the moment that he let that go, he scores 4 goals. And I just thought it was so beautiful. He also, he said he has known since he was a little kid, like 5 or 6, that he was gay. And we know that is a very difficult environment to come out in, especially in the UK. We have guys like Robbie Rogers out here who are just completely inspiring and trailblazing. But it's a difficult situation. But I cannot applaud the bravery enough. I just think it's so staggering, and he is going to help so many people. So Jake Daniels, we love you. We are so beyond proud of you. We are with you.
Thank you for sharing.
I just thought that was such an incredible story.
Here for that, no doubt. And the point about the freedom he was able to play with as soon as he let that go. That's how everyone should get to feel every day of their life.
100.
Listen, guys, life is hard enough for us all. So let's not add on, okay? Thank you, Jake Daniels. Thank you so much for sharing that. And to the next person, we're with you too.
100%. 100%.
And we're crying.
I know. Okay. We've got another one. This is a little lighter.
We have more?
We have one more.
Oh.
One more that I want to get to.
Okay.
So listen, we understand that
I was ready to just go.
We put ourselves
go to bed, cry.
we gotta lighten the mood. So obviously our show is on YouTube, and we put ourselves out there. We've been so lucky to have the platform that we've been given. But like, look, we put ourselves out there, and we're not everyone's cup of tea. That is totally fine. This is the world that we
are. We not their cup of tea.
It's fine. And once in a while, the comments on the YouTube episode can get a little dicey. And there were a few nasty comments last week after our episode, Jill. But I just want to, and listen, these kind of like roll off our back. Like we're used to it. This is just kind of the world that we live in. But I just want to give some love to Jamie Rook, who is the New England beat reporter, who literally got in there and defended us, Jill, and really just kind of was like, look, like, the complaint was that we talked too much. And Jamie was like,
that's so weird. How would we fill 45 minutes?
this is their podcast. So like, aren't they supposed to? He kept it real. And very much came to our defense. I appreciated it so much because I was like,
so this is an appreciation. This is an appreciation.
I am here for Jamie Rook being just a stand-up human.
Like anyone, you can't read the comments because my question is to you, who comments? So, but I will say, I expected,
good question.
We don't give
fair.
probably a lot of love. I'm not even going to deny it, to the Canadian teams like we should. And then we have a Canadian club guest on, and they're the meanest comments yet. What the heck, Canada? We thought you were the nice one. So whatever. And if you want to leave a comment and it's positive, we really ask you to implore that more into the rate and subscribe category.
Good.
We could use some of that. So thank you all so much. And for those of you that complaining about, I don't even know, like a break the ice game, watch late night television.
Yeah.
They do it on things like Jimmy Fallon. So I don't know what to tell you. What's on tap? If you're watching this, you'll notice behind us, Soccer for All scarves are in the background. A beautiful time of the year. Soccer for All runs through May 23rd and showcases the collective efforts and strategic partnerships throughout the league to foster a more inclusive and equitable community.
Yeah, that's right. Major League Soccer is dedicated to supporting the communities where we live and play our games, and to providing an environment in which our staff, players, partners, and our fans are treated with dignity and respect. So to join the conversation, fans can use the hashtag #SoccerForAll on all social media and follow at MLS Works on Twitter and Instagram to see how the clubs are activating in the community. And of course, for more information, you can always check out MLSsoccer.com/MLSworks.
And be sure, people, to tune into our very good friends over at Extra Time. Their episode on Thursday has a very, very special Soccer for All speaker series conversation with Bobby Wood. So tune into that. We hope you enjoyed this. We certainly did. And we will see all of you next week.
What's up, everybody? It is Susanna Collins and Jillian Sakovitz, co-hosts of The Call Up. And if you want more Call Up action, hit like and subscribe right here on YouTube, right there.
And also make sure that you download every episode of The Call Up every single Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, or anywhere that you get your podcasts. And while you're here, why not check out some of these other videos as well?